time for an updated morning anti-aging skincare routine, and I'm super excited because a lot of the Black Friday sales have already started. I'll have a dedicated video upon launching of absolutely all exclusive sales and codes that I've been able to negotiate with the brands that I've been using. But some of the sales have already started and I'm excited because we'll talk about them today. If you are new here, welcome. I am almost 50. I don't go to the spa. I don't do any laser treatments. Not against them. I just don't do anything that requires downtime because that's kind of the only way to know if skincare is actually doing something. It's very easy to go to a dermatologist and do a laser treatment every month and then come back and talk about a skincare product. So which one is it? Was it the laser treatment or was it the skincare product? Now, last year when I officially started this YouTube channel, I created something called the blueprint of anti-aging skincare. So I never really just talk about one product. Yes, I can review products. I find products I love and probably specialize in innovative and advanced skincare. Occasionally, yes, you'll see me talk about regular products because, yeah, you still need moisturizers and face washes and maybe some hydration. But my blueprint contains all the necessary steps, the ingredients which are mandatory within my regimen, and also when to use those ingredients because some ingredients should not be combined together. The other thing that I have to mention is that what you read on a label, the ingredients label of a product, is never the whole truth, is never the whole story of how a product has actually been manufactured and produced or even formulated. People still think that I can read the label of ingredients and think that they know everything. When I see someone does that, it immediately tells me that they know nothing about cosmetic science formulation. Now, I spent 30 years as an executive in finance, but last year I decided that I'm gonna go back to school and I'm gonna add a cosmetic science formulation degree to my existing science degree for that specific reason. I wanted to strictly understand how skincare and ingredients are formulated. What is the concentration? Does it matter? Does the purity grade matter? How you synthesize an ingredient, does it matter? None of that can be seen on the label. On my channel here, I do talk about purity grade and concentration and how to combine those ingredients. And I want to include the devices that I do as well because there's been so many questions on which devices I'm using and exactly how I'm using them, in what order. I hate overcomplicating my life, so usually every day I use only one device. And it's either the zip device, which is a non-current device, or I use an LED mask. I recently made a video on the zip device. You get this device because over time it will increase the ATP of your cells. The ATP is the energy output of your cells, and when that happens, that gives you additional anti-aging benefits. Absolutely use the gel. Again, this is a conductor. It's not just that it prevents you from the pain, because yes, you will experience pain if you don't apply the gel. These are my two favorite. I technically have all of them. This already comes with a gel. This one contains organic ingredients. This one smells like cucumber, so it's also refreshing. This comes with an app. The most often question that I get is which one of the routines on the app I do. I like the Founder's Favorite. It was just renamed recently. It's still Founder's Favorite, but it's under Collagen Boost. It's only 10 minutes and it technically treats your whole face. I'll give you two tips that Melanie Simon actually taught me. When you're doing this, you don't have to do it very, very slowly. You can do it very, very quickly. And this is what annoyed me in the beginning about NuFace. So I started with the NuFace device, but it was kind of annoying because you have to drag it across your face until you actually hear the beep. So it was a very slow motion. This one does not have a beep. You can do it very, very quickly. The way that I usually do it, if I'm going to freestyle it, I do this 10 times. Then I do this 10 times. I do it here 10 times. And then I repeat on the other side. And then I repeat the whole thing again. And this is how pretty much it sculpts my face here. It gives me collagen production. It removes these lines here as well successfully over time. There is actually a 2-minute routine just for the eyes. And it makes a difference because once you set the program from the app, the nanocurrent here goes down to 100 microamps. In any case, this is a very fragile area. This device does not go above 400 microamps, so it's not going to kill the fat in your face. And then on the days that I'm not doing the zip, then I do the current body mask. So this is an LED mask, and I want to be very specific on what's the difference because I've been getting a lot of that question, which one should I get? But as I mentioned before, this gives you 4 very pronounced anti-aging things. Now the LED mask, and yes, this is the only one that I've liked so far. I'm actually testing a few other ones now, but I've tested so many LED masks. I'm sticking to this one. It's actually the best material because it's very soft. This is silicone based, and it also contains the longest actually light when it comes to women. I know that there is a brand out there that created a mask that has 3 different wavelengths, but it's for men. Now, I've never been a man, never tried that one. I'm sticking to this one. It's a quality mask. So this also gives you increase in ATP, because when the light, the LED or the light emitting diode here hits the mitochondria of the cell, it increases ATP of the cell. So it has the same basically function of the zip device, but that's one of the 4, because they do have the same benefit, increase in ATP. Functions in a slightly different way, but increase in ATP means collagen boost, means elastin boost. Both of these will give you this, but this will also give you the temporary sculpt and lift. It will give you extra hydration. It will give you the acne and acne scarring removing. But what LED and this mask is giving you that the zip is not giving you is actually brightening of the skin, making your skin tone even, and also removal of dark spots and hyperpigmentation, in some cases melasma as well. Now these are the effects that it has on me. And no, I never do both of the devices in the same day. It's unnecessary and it's probably a bit too much. And yes, I do also have the neck piece, the neck device. So after I've done the zip device or the LED treatment, I usually take a shower. And yes, in my shower, I usually wash my face again, especially if I've done the zip device. I want to wash off the conductive gel. I rotate a lot of different cleansers. Right now in my shower, I have Guerlain and Clé de Peau and I think La Prairie. But there's so many different cleansers that I have loved and I still go back to. I do love the One Skin one. The number one purpose of a cleanser is actually to wash your face and cleanse your face. You don't want your cleanser to be drying, but it's impossible to ask from a cleanser to be hydrating because you wash it off from your face. So pick a cleanser that you actually like, that it does not change the pH balance of your face, doesn't dry out your face, doesn't change anything. Now immediately after I exit the shower, I usually exfoliate my face. Acids cannot be combined with peptides because the acids usually cause a hydrolysis in the functionality of a peptide and kind of diminishes the power of peptide. So that's why I only use my acid exfoliator in the morning and I use peptides at night. But if you are to use a peptide serum or any kind of a peptide contained skincare product, in the morning you just have to give sufficient time between the exfoliating acid and the peptide serum or cream that you're going to be using. Earlier this year, unfortunately and regretfully and sadly, Biologique Recharge decided to discontinue Lotion P50 1970, which is the only version of Lotion P50 that I've ever liked. And as many of you know, Biologique Recharge started discontinuing and reformulating a lot of their products. Almost all of them are gone or reformulated at this point. They've been doing this process for the last 4 years. So I had to find a replacement. And I did. This is the new Lotion P50 1970. Now, although the ingredient profile is not the same, this is technically a plant-derived or a vegan version of the Lotion P50 1970, but the results are the same. When you apply this to the skin, it's actually, I think it's even stronger than the Lotion P50 1970, because every time that when I would apply Lotion P50, it would give me this very strange sensation. It makes my skin red usually and pinches a little bit. This pinches a little bit more. So this is very, very strong, but it makes your skin baby soft. Now, because it's stronger, I've used many strong actives for a very, very long time, and even I cannot use this every day. If you're just starting with this, I suggest doing it maybe twice a week, and then you can upgrade. From there, I usually use it now 4 or 5 times a week, and that's plenty for me. Sometimes I can even go down to 2 or 3 times a week. This is by a brand called Muta. This is the amniotic toner. It's called Rebirth. And there's a reason why, yes, your skin definitely looks as if it's been born again. So I found it. I found a replacement for Lotion P50 1970. This is a US-based company, the way that they manufacture their products. This is highest purity grade. The ingredients are impeccable. This is a complex product. It's actually, if anything, is more complex than lotion P50 1970. Some of the lotion P50s are kind of pure vinegar, right? It's like 70% vinegar, a little water, and a little acids. Lotion P50 1970 was a little bit more complex because it had phenol, disinfecting ingredients. This is a way more complex product. It does not smell like vinegar. If you've always been kind of wondering about lotion P50 1970 but you missed your chance and you don't want to spend $120 because this is a third of the price, half or a third of the price of lotion P50 1970, and also it's a quality product. I mean, it's in the glass bottle and supposed to plastic, and yes, container and packaging makes a difference for the preservation of the ingredients and the quality of the product. Now, on the days that I'm not using this, because as I said, even for me it's a little strong, I actually still use the Edam product, the gentle exfoliating AHA/PHA toner. This is actually super gentle, so even if you have sensitive skin, you can use this. Now, after I've exfoliated, I usually take a little bit of a break and I take care of everything else. I dry my hair, I moisturize my body, I apply deodorant, whatever other bath rituals I have, I usually do. And that gives me a little bit of time for the acid, the toner to dry down so it's no longer on my skin. So if I'm to apply a peptide serum, it's okay because the acid has already evaporated. My first and most important serum of the day is actually a growth factor. Yes, I still use Calcium, what I call my forever product. I discovered this product a little bit over 4 years ago. I don't know if we've ever told you the story, but 4, 5, 6 years ago, I used to be a Biologique Recharge user. I used them for a couple of years. I was very happy with them. But at that point, 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, this is when Biologique Recharge started reformulating and discontinuing products. I know we all have been extremely unhappy with the strategy and the direction that the brand has taken. They're probably positioning themselves to sell the whole brand. And being vegan and going vegan probably allows access to a larger audience. That's the only justification I can say. Unfortunately, with that transition, reformulating and changing products, most of their products became completely ineffective. The first product that they reformulated was placenta, and placenta was one of the most successful serums on the planet at that time. That was again 4 or 5 years ago. They discontinued placenta and created the vegan version of placenta. They called it placenta ISO. Now, I tried it a couple of times. It didn't do absolutely anything. It didn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just a waste of money, and the placenta, even the ISO, is expensive. So this is when I began searching for a replacement. This is how I discovered Calcium. In fact, I actually started with the multi-action cream. This is it. Now, instead of being round, the container is actually elliptical. I love it. But this is the first product by Calcium that I started using, and I was using it as a serum. I know most of you have probably purchased it, used it, etc. You know that it sinks immediately into the skin, but this contains the growth factor, right? The proprietary PTT6 ingredient that they have patented. And then when I saw this working the first couple of weeks, this is when I also tried the Calcium Professional Serum. I know a lot of you use this after microneedling, and that's great because it literally cuts the healing time in half. Now, I don't do microneedling. I've never done microneedling, but I do apply this directly on my skin as my first serum. I've explained the science behind Calcium and the extraction process. This is a growth factor. A growth factor is not a stem cell. It's actually a protein that's derived from a stem cell, and the stem cells are located in the cord lining of a mammal. It's usually a deer. This is a product that I have used for 4 years every morning without exception. Now, once again, sometimes I use this instead of this. I like this because it's very potent. So this is a concentration of about 3,000 proteins put in a tiny little bottle. This is why you don't need a lot. I usually do about 3 drops. Sometimes I mix them with my next serum because it becomes a little bit easier to apply. If I'm feeling kind of super dry, my face is dry, that I use one of these serums. This is one of the two Mutha serums. As I mentioned, I'm very pleasantly surprised by this product, so I decided to kind of start experimenting with some of their other products. The body products are fantastic, but they have a hyaluronic acid serum. I prefer that the hyaluronic acid is included in something else, like the Mutha, the #1 serum by Mutha. This is a true anti-aging product. It does contain hyaluronic acid, but also contains a lot of other things. It has a very strong anti-inflammatory effect on the skin because it contains aloe juice. It's fantastic for softening the lines, but also hydrating. This is a very nice serum, and I usually mix these two together. But if you like using hyaluronic acid, if you think that it helps you to hydrate your skin, their hyaluronic acid serum is also super nice. The V-Lift serum by Volmont is something that I'm also not gonna give up. This is probably my 3rd or 4th bottle at this point. Now, Volmont traditionally contains plant-derived stem cells. That's why I say that I prefer to stay in the growth factor stem cell category in the morning, just because I don't want it to clash with the acids. Volmont is kind of a master when it comes to stem cells that are derived from plants. They're doing it in a very sophisticated, masterful way. So this is somewhat of a new product. I think it came out about probably a year ago, maybe a little bit over. This is an incredible product. You can obviously use it at night as well if you want, but I do use it in the morning. This has a pump. I would put it in my palm, and then I'll do 3 drops of this. I'll mix it very well and apply it on my face, my neck, and my décolleté, all in the back of the hands. This is a product that I used pretty much the whole summer. This is the Molecular Hero Serum by Mother Science. I've spoken about this on Instagram, and I know a lot of people bought it. I'm still getting notes from people saying thank you because this is a fantastic product. So this contains Malassezin. Malassezin is my new hero ingredient for hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and even melasma. I'm light skin. My skin pretty much does not produce any melanin. Especially if I have extra exposure in the sun, I absolutely cannot use vitamin C. If I use vitamin C, and then even if I apply sunscreen, when I go into the sun, I get melasma pretty much immediately. Within an hour, I have melasma here, everywhere. But this summer, I decided also to try this product with Malassezin. This was not only preventative for me, I didn't get any melasma, I didn't get any hyperpigmentation this summer, I didn't get any single spot. If you've tried niacinamide and kojic acid and tranexamic acid and all the acids that claim to fix dark spots and hyperpigmentation, and it didn't really work to your satisfactory level, try this. They patented. It's incredible. Incredible for dark spots and hyperpigmentation. Still love and use right now the Angela Kalia serum. This is a proprietary blend and patented actually formula of human stem cells and peptides. If it's been sufficient time between using this and applying the serum, then I would also use this, because this product, you don't need Botox when you're using this product. Let me put it this way, because it makes your skin plumper and juicier. It's fantastic. It's a true anti-aging product. I'm so happy that she created it. Yes, this is a pricey product, but I always say this: you either pay now or you pay later. And with everything in life is the same, by the way. With education, it's with workouts. You either pay now or you pay later. With workouts, for example, I know I'd rather pay now, pay with sweat and a little bit of time and effort, rather than pay later for my medical bills. With skincare, it's the same. You either pay now and you take care of your skin, consistency, or you pay later for a facelift. Or you pay later in regret. You start paying later and feeling miserable, and your confidence level goes down. And Angela Kalia actually has a brand new product, so she extended the face to an eye cream now. It's actually an eye serum, and it's the same type of formula, but it's a little bit more sophisticated. The consistency is different because this is an eye serum. So the face serum is completely kind of liquid. It has no smell. The eye serum is a little thicker, but when you spread it, it actually behaves like a serum. I've only been using this product for a few weeks, so I cannot enter a judgment at this point on whether this product works, it doesn't work, I don't know. When I'm testing an eye serum or an eye cream, for me, it takes me months to enter a verdict. But according to the clinical data, this is a true anti-aging product and it fixes lines and wrinkles and puffiness and darkness. For me specifically, and people my age, 50 and over, you have to be very patient with every eye product that you use, and it takes consistency. Especially in the morning, I really like using this product from 111 Skin. This is a gel-like consistency, super hydrating, and it also depuffs my eyes. It's a very kind of cooling, hydrating consistency. I absolutely love it. It's this jelly kind of a formula. I've been using this for a very, very long time. I think this is probably my second bottle. For makeup application, this is probably the best because it sinks into the skin and it's super hydrating as well. As a moisturizer, I kind of rotate between these three products because, well, one is very, very old. I've been, again, using this for over 4 years. Sometimes if I don't use this as a serum, I use it as a cream. But right now, I'm actually between these two products. This is the new Cream Voyage from the Superlative line. This is a very interesting consistency. I think I've mentioned this before, but Auteur's consistencies are quite interesting because Auteur focuses on effective products that are going to reverse the signs of aging. They don't focus on anything staying pretty on the skin. This is an exception though, and this is why I use it in the morning because the texture is super thick and it spreads in this very interesting way. It creates almost like a filter on my skin, like a glowy filter. And also because it has UV protection and it's a good antioxidant, it's perfection for the morning. If you have super dry skin or normal skin, you will love this because once you apply this to the face, it kind of coats the skin and it creates this very smoothing effect. Now, if you have super oily skin, this is very hydrating. I don't know if you're going to like this. I mean, I'm not saying that if you have oily skin you don't need hydration, but this is kind of glowy and it's very hydrating. It's very kind of heavy. Now, don't apply too much of this. It's a common mistake for a lot of people when they enter the luxury world or the world of products like this, very dedicated, focused on repair products. The mistake is always to apply too much. I never ever, from any of the Auteur products, I never need more than a pump and a half. And that's enough for my whole face, my neck, and my décolleté. Vital Regeneration. This is the brand new collection by Valmont. If you didn't know, I've been using Valmont for many, many, many years, 20 years. So Valmont is one of those skincare brands that is for everyone, and whatever kind of issues you have, it's for you. It's non-specific, it's inclusive, it doesn't discriminate unless you're allergic to fragrance, because most Valmont products are actually fragrant. The science is there, the products are amazing quality, the packaging, which preserves the product inside, and the prices are actually right on, and they're constantly coming out with new products. This is from the new line, the Vital line. This is super hydrating. You can use it in the morning, you can use it at night. It smells very good, like I'm in the middle of a meadow. I love this product. And then at the end, I do apply sunscreen, obviously. My most used sunscreen, Auteur. Now, when I got this product over a year ago, I didn't quite know how to use this. You actually can use it at the end of your regimen, or you can use it as a serum. So sometimes I use it as my last serum, and technically that's how you're supposed to use it. Now, also, you only need 4 drops for your whole face. So I do 4 drops and then I put another 3-4 drops for my neck and my décolleté. So this is obviously a very watery oil. So as I said, I drop 6 to 8 drops in the palm of my hand, and I just do this. I don't do this. And then instead of rubbing it into my skin, I just press it into my skin gently everywhere, and it leaves my face fresh and hydrated. That's why I love it. I also love applying a powder foundation after that, a dolphin skin. That's what I get when I apply my powder foundation over this dolphin skin. Beautiful. And these are my 2 other favorite and most used sunscreens. This is the reformulated Claripol 50 plus UVA, UVB protection. I love this. An incredibly pleasant way to apply your sunscreen and also get hydration and a good skin prep for makeup or no makeup, it doesn't matter. Love the old one, but the old one was slightly not as, it was a little thicker. This is not thick. It's lightweight. It's absolutely beautiful product. And the Fusion Water Magic. This is kind of like applying water to the skin. It's undetectable. I think I've spoken about this before, but these three are my most used. I mean, I've tried obviously hundreds and hundreds of sunscreens, and the last thing that I apply, I always apply some kind of a lip softening anything. Right now I'm using the Edam one, the one without shade or color is my most favorite one, but I also just received this one, the Mutha Pucker Lip Butter. Incredible. It smells good, doesn't really have a taste. It's so super hydrating. I think this is my new favorite kind of lip softening thing. Obviously you can use it in the morning, you can use it at night. Really good kind of lipstick prep to soften your lips before you apply lipstick, or you just carry it around all day if you don't use lipstick. Let me just quickly mention these because these are probably my most used, and they're the eye patches by True Botanicals. And True Botanicals, you know, the True Clean brand, but they're right here. This is my third jar. There's quite a few of them here, but I love using these almost every morning. That's the first thing that I do actually in the morning. When I wake up, I go downstairs to make coffee, but first I apply this, even before I wash my face. And then I drink coffee, I watch the news for a little bit, and then I continue with shower and etc. It's actually a very simple routine. This is what works for me. According to my blueprint, this is what I do in the morning. This is not about just one product. This is about the specific steps and how you combine ingredients, the quality, the purity grade, the concentration. I take all that into consideration. Now, in the evening, my skincare routine contains completely different ingredients. So make sure you watch my evening routine to see kind of the rest of the mandatory ingredients, or you can just download the free blueprint of anti-aging. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.